Hello Typer, it's Brian from Team Typed. First of all, thank you very much for your interest in Typed. The main purpose of this one-on-one session is to really meet and connect with early supporters and users like you, and to build out a supportive community of people who are passionately productive. Those people who aim to achieve more with less time. We'll be inviting you to our private Slack channel where we will frequently update you with recent developments. So please feel free to provide us with any feedbacks or opinions as we truly aim to build the right product just for you. Our whole team will be there on that channel, our design team, dev team, marketing team, as we aim to make this journey of building Type together with you an ideal experience. The version that you're looking at over here is expected to launch by July for open beta. However, if you want access to our current version of our MVP, always let us know through email or through Slack. All right, so let's get into it. What you're looking at over here is Typed Home. You can see your recent project here or create a new document by clicking this button. As of now, you can create a document using Google Docs, Google Slides, or Google Sheets. The reason why we have third-party applications as of now, these Google applications, is because we really want to give typers, our users, the flexibility to choose an editor that they love already. So if people love Google Docs, like I personally do, if people love Notion, if people love MS Word, which are going to be future integrations, we want to provide that as their primary editor. The recent project over here would be your or your team's most recent document that you're writing. The primary difference between Typed and traditional forms of cloud storage like Google Drive or Dropbox is that we define documents differently. So if you think about it, Google Drive or Dropbox define the file itself with just the file. However, Typed has this concept called type. We're typed. So what a type is, we define a type by the file itself, all the resources utilized to create that document, all the task that was derived out of that document, and finally all the communication that was arrived or happened when you were writing that document, especially if it's a collaborative project. And that way, we really believe that typers can get the bigger picture, the whole contextual picture of what this document is about. Below here, traditional forms of file storage has a list view or a hierarchical view of files. This is what you're usually used to. However, it's really difficult, especially when you have several different versions of your document. It's really difficult to know which version is which and which is the final version. Very honestly, when I create my own versions, my final version, I name it, for example, investment report _ Brian _ version 2.5 _ final _ super final _ real final, and we just get lost in it. When I send this through email, people don't know what the final version is, and also people don't know what kind of specific update has been created for that specific version. So in order to solve this, a problem that is faced by a lot of typers around the world, we have this thing called timeline view. We give you a holistic picture of how your document or how your work is progressing throughout, from version 1 all the way to the final version. And also there may be dependencies between different files. For example, this is a product planning for our MVP. We initially wrote our requirements document on Notion, and we have our wireframe on Figma, and our product playbook on Slides. So regardless of these file types or the tools that you're using, you can have a bird's eye view of how your work is progressing from the first version to the final version so that you never get lost throughout the workflow. And also when you see the details of each type, you don't only see the file itself, but also all the tasks that were done or assigned during that version, and also all the communication that happened during that specific version. So really, it's just like GitHub, but for documents. You're seeing each version or each push or each commits so that you never lose any detail of what happened throughout the whole progress of the work. I'll get into the details soon with this. Let's go back to our main workspace. So if you click on, let's go back to our recent project business plan. This is Type's main workspace. In the center, you're looking at your own document, but really the beauty of Type's workspace is on the left side. Let me just move my camera to make things easier. All right, the left side is your own resource library panel. You can save and collect all of the files, all of the important files that you believe are relevant to your current document, all of the files that you want to refer to while writing your document. You can drag and drop these files regardless of file type, whether that's PDF, DOC, images, web articles, literally anything, or you can click Add New. You can refer to these files with just a click, and we open it up with our own custom split screen. This is really in line with Type's philosophy of never leaving context, because prior to Typed, in order for someone to save a file, manage the file, refer to a file while writing a document, you usually need to switch between so many different tabs and so many different windows, which we believe is a wastage of time, wastage of effort, and even emotion, because people get frustrated and annoyed when they lose files, when they can't find certain files, and when they need to switch between different windows. It's a lot of confusion and a lot of wastage and inefficiency. However, Type allows you to do all that in one user interface. That way, we really think that typers can focus on writing the document itself while managing all the files, relevant files within one screen. Oh, and also we also have our browser extension, which is live right now. You can download it on Chrome Store. This is specifically for web resources. For example, if I want to save this specific web article on 20-minute business plan, I can just click our web extension and then it's saved. You can categorize it to specific documents. If you go back, once again with a click, you can just refer to it with our split screen. Really, one core feature within our workspace is called Browse Other Libraries. What this allows you to do is to see all of the previous resources and files that you collected for other documents, or this may be done by your teammates too, as long as you have access to these files. For example, the service renewal file document is a document that I wrote around a month ago, right? And these were the two resources that I used to write this service renewal page. For example, when writing this business plan, if I believe this specific resource, this Spotify UX analysis and redesign article is important for this document as well, I can simply just drag and drop it to my current workspace. And just like that, I just brought it into my workspace. Another core feature is called C backlinks. People who are familiar with Notion's backlinks or Rome Research will be familiar with this, but this is Type's effort to create a network of resources. So for example, if I click See Backlinks, I can see all of the previous documents that refers to this specific resource. For example, you can see service renewal over there because this is referring to this resource. And also feature proposal, which is another document that is referring to this web article. And one step further, I can click See Related Resources over here and see specific files that are saved under this specific document. And once again, with a click, I can open it with the split screen and really never leave context in order to focus on writing this specific document. I can not only bring in resources, but also previous documents that I wrote. For example, if I want to bring this Y Combinator Winter, I believe this was a pitch deck, I can just drag and drop it and see all the backlinks once again, just like that. We really want you to never leave the screen and find all of the relevant resources that are important for your specific document that you're currently writing, so that all the inefficiencies are brought down to the most minimum. Next is our Related Resources tab. This, by all of that action that you just did, by dragging and dropping and seeing backlinks, our system for Type is creating a relationship between this current document, which is business plan, and all of the other documents within your system. And by calculating with our algorithm, we recommend specific files that we believe is most relevant to you. For example, this resource library, or this design file, or this product playbook. We believe our algorithm calculates this relevance, the relevance ranking, and provide this to you. You can also make these editable in place and edit both of them at the same time. And finally, we have our unified search. For example, I want to find my previous business plan. I can use my unified search. The reason why our unified search is super powerful is that we have access to all of the cloud-based applications that you have access to. For example, we have access to Asana, Gmail, Google Drive, Slack, literally everywhere. This is once again to reduce all those inefficiencies. Because previously, in order to find that specific file, you needed to go into Asana and then check Gmail and then check Google Drive. However, within Type, we can bring in access to all of these platforms through integrations. We're currently working on more like Notion, and really just stay in Typed in order to find all of the relevant resources that you are looking for. Moving on from resources, you can create tasks By using our utility widgets, by clicking tasks, you can see all of the tasks that are currently ongoing, all of the done tasks. You can sync it up with any project management or task management tools like Asana or Swit. You can add tasks just like that. Let's say a new task, and assign specific people and even leave a description. In order to communicate, you can click comment. Let me just move my camera and type any type of comment that you want to leave. Let's say it looks good to me. Just like that, and you can communicate. And you can see these small widgets, these small symbols of Google Docs or any type of specific applications. This signals that this specific comment came from Google Docs. We are allowing users to cross-communicate between different applications with Typed and any other third-party applications, so that even if you comment within Typed, it's synced up with any type of applications that you're on, whether that's Google Docs or Figma or Google Slides or really anything, so that you can efficiently just, once again, stay in Typed and everything can be solved that way. And these tasks and communications are the ones that you previously saw in this timeline view. That's where it's synced up. You may be curious how versions are created. Of course, Google Docs have its version history and all that, but the primary difference between our version and their history is that history is created just as a backup, but versions are meaningful milestones. For example, let me just go into this Figma wireframe. Let's say I work on this, I add all the tasks and I add all the communications. Once I believe that this is a meaningful version, I can just click push to project and name this version. We are working on an automatic versioning, but I can just type, let's say 2.7, click create, and done. It's successfully pushed to the timeline, and really a meaningful version is created within our timeline view. That way we can easily progress from the first version until the final version, until your project is done. That's the basic gist of what Type provides to typers. If you want access to the current version, once again, please let us know through email or Slack. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact any of our team members. So thank you very much for your time today, and hope you have a great day.